Assalamu alaikum, my dear viewers. This is your history teacher Manzoor Ahmed. Today we are going to discuss about Frankfurt Parliament, class 10th, and subject social science. So, what was this Frankfurt Parliament? This Frankfurt Parliament actually what happened in many German states. Many German states, as we all know that during these days when this Frankfurt Parliament was convened in 1848, this was convened in 1848. So what happened? At that time, Germany was divided into many German states. So in all these German states, a large number of political associations led by the members of middle class, or we can say these political associations, there were some members in these political associations, there were members of middle class professionals, businessmen, and some prosperous artisans. So what happened? This middle class, these political associations headed by these middle class people, they came together in a famous city of Germany that is called as Frankfurt. So what was Frankfurt? It is a famous city of Germany. So they met in Frankfurt, and they decided here to vote for all German National Assembly. All German National Assembly. They wanted to make a national assembly that's called as all German National Assembly. So these middle class people decided to vote for a national assembly that's called as all German National Assembly in a famous city of Germany that's called as Frankfurt. This was an attempt for the unification of Germany. Remember it. It was an initiative, we can say it was an initiative for the unification of Germany. So we will later on discuss about this unification of Germany in next lectures, next videos. So this Frankfurt Parliament, which was convened in Frankfurt by this middle class, it was an attempt for the unification of Germany. Okay, so what happened when these political associations voted for all German National Assembly? They made 831 elected representatives. 831 elected representatives were made in these all German National Assembly by the middle class, by these political associations. Okay, so these 831 representatives now proceeded towards the Frankfurt Parliament, and actually this Frankfurt Parliament was convened in a Church of St. Paul. They proceeded towards 838 representatives which were elected by these by the middle class people. They proceeded towards Church of St. Paul, where the Frankfurt Parliament was going to be convened. Okay, so what happened later on? When they reached this St. Paul, this Frankfurt, Church of St. Paul, there they drafted a constitution. a constitution was drafted by these 831 representatives. A constitution was drafted for a German nation. For a German nation. So for a German nation, that was an attempt. All these German states were going to be unified. So for that, a constitution was drafted for German nations, which was to be headed by a monarch subjected to a parliament. Remember that point. Monarch subjected by parliament. Subjected by parliament. That is going to be noted here. Monarch subjected by the parliament. We can say that was not autocratic monarch. The monarch which was going to be chosen for the new Germany after its unification was on the grounds of the parliament, or we can say that there was a constitutional monarch through parliament. So a king was nominated, a king was appointed. That king was named as King William IV, or King Frederick William IV. King Frederick William IV was appointed. He was a king of Prussia. So we will later on discuss about this Prussia and all these Austria or other German states in this important topic, that is unification of Germany, in next videos. But here we are precisely talking about King Frederick William IV was appointed as the king of, he was decided that he would be the future king of Germany in the Frankfurt parliament, but he was appointed as the monarch or as the king which have to work through the parliament, okay. But what happened? This king William IV, he rejected this offer. Because he was not ready to work as a king through a parliament. He was not willing to work through a parliament where he would be accountable, where he had to take the decisions of the two houses, which are just like in India, there are two houses of the parliament. There are some elected representatives. He was not ready to accept any demand from these elected representatives. So what happened? At last, this Frankfurt parliament, it failed. Because King Frederick William IV, the king of Prussia, rejected the offer which was decided in this important parliament, Frankfurt parliament, that he would be the king of future Germany. So it failed. At the end, Frankfurt parliament failed.